Hello everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel. I hope you all are doing well. I am going to discuss rational numbers from class 8. If you like my video, please do subscribe my channel. Let us first understand the definition for rational numbers. Rational numbers are those numbers which can be expressed in the form of p by q, where p and q should be integers. As you already know, the natural numbers are starting from 1, 2, 3 and so on. Then if we are adding 0 in this family, then the family becomes for whole numbers. Then if we are adding negative numbers also in this family, we get a new family of numbers which is integers. Now those numbers if which are fractional in nature and p and q should be integers are known as rational numbers. Let us try to understand the properties of rational numbers. First property is the closure property. Closure means closed. That is, if you are operating two rational numbers, whether you are getting the new number as a rational number or not. Let us understand by example. Suppose we take p and q as a rational numbers. When you are applying the operation of either addition, subtraction, multiplication or division, that is, suppose we take two numbers as -4 by 7 and 6 by 11. Then when you are adding using LCM, when you are adding, you are going to get -2 by 77. So it is again a rational number. So that means rational numbers are closed under addition. Now let us take an example for subtraction. When you are taking 3 by 7 and 8 by 5 and applying the operation of subtraction, again you are going to get 15 minus 56, that is minus 41 upon 35, which is again a rational number, so it is closed under subtraction also. Now take a example for multiplication. When you are multiplying two rational numbers, again you are going to get a rational number only. How you are multiplying? You are multiplying numerator by numerator, denominator by denominator. So you are going to get 6 fours are 24 and 11 fives are 55. So this is also closed under multiplication. Now let us take example for division. Suppose you take p as any number 1 by 2 or something and q as 0. Here we are not taking the denominator of the rational number 0, but we are taking two different numbers. One is p, one is q. Here q is 0. As you all know, 0 is also a rational number. So we can take this example. 0 is a rational number. How we can say? Because for 0, we can write it as 0 by 1, 0 by 2, which is satisfying the properties of rational numbers, as denominator should not be 0. So 0 is also a rational number. So we are taking two examples of rational numbers, but when we are dividing these, we are going to get not defined. Why? Because anything divided by 0 is going to give you not defined. So that means the rational numbers are not closed under division. Now let us try to understand the commutative property of rational numbers, which states that for given two rational numbers, p and q are commutative if we are carrying out operation on p and q first, then q and p, and finding out the results. Let us see how we are doing. Suppose we take addition, then you find out p plus q, then you find out q plus p, and you find out the result will be same. So that means rational numbers are commutative for addition. So here it is yes. Next, suppose we are taking p minus q and q minus p. Then results will not be same. So rational numbers are not commutative for subtraction. Next, let us check for multiplication. P multiplied by Q and then Q multiplied by P. You will find out the result is same. Again 6 4s are 24, 11, 5 11s are 55, or 4 6 are 24, 5 11s are 55. Here 6 4s are 24, 11 5s are 55. Both way you will get same answer. So multiplication is also true for commutativity here. And suppose you carry out the division now, P divided by Q and Q divided by P. So then you are not going to get the same answer. You can see here minus 4 by 5 divided by minus 6 by 11. How you will carry out the division? For that you have to take the reciprocal of the number which is followed by the division. Here reciprocal of the number you will change this sign to multiplication and take the reciprocal of the number followed by division, that is minus 6 by 11 will be changed to minus 11 by 6. Now on solving you are going to get, you are cancelling, you will cancel here, this is 2 2s are 4 and 2 3s are 6, then 11 2s are 22, minus minus will give you plus, and 5 3s are 15. So answer will be 22 by 15, and if you are doing the reverse way you will get different answer. So division is not true here, that is rational numbers are not commutative in case of division. Next is your associativity. This is for three numbers. Here it is written integers but it should be rational numbers. So again you have to check for three rational numbers. Here example is also given. You will find out addition is true for here associative property. You have to take A or P plus Q plus R. Firstly you will put brackets over Q and R. Then you are going to change the brackets from Q and R to P and Q. Next is for subtraction. It will not be true. P minus Q minus R you have to check, and P minus Q minus R. Here you just have to change the position of brackets. Earlier it was on Q and R, and in the LHS you have to check for P and Q. The results will be different. So LHS will not be equal to RHS. So here the associative property is not true. So no will be written. Next we have multiplication. You will find out for P, Q, R different rational numbers, this property is going to come true. So LHS is equals to RHS, and hence the answer will be yes. Next we have division. P divided by Q divided by R. Firstly you will check for brackets using the BODMAS rule. BODMAS rule is must here. You should know that brackets are solved first. For that you have to check for the bracket solution first, and then only after solving the bracket, suppose here the bracket was on these two numbers, so you are going to solve these two numbers first. In the right hand side the brackets were on these two numbers, so you are going to solve these two numbers first, and then you will equate these two numbers with the remaining one, that is 2 by 5, and when you are taking the reciprocal it will be changed to 5 by 2 and the sign will be multiplication. Next is the role of 0, that is the additive identity. When you are adding any number to 0, it is going to give you the same number. Identity means it is going to maintain its identity. So addition of 0 to a number will be giving you the same number. 2 by 5 plus 0 or 0 plus 2 by 5 is going to give you same number. Next is role of 1. So again, if you take any rational number, 1 multiplied by 3 by 5 or 1 multiplied by any rational number, it is going to give you the same number. So again, in case of multiplication, identity is maintained using the number 1. Next we have a negative of a number or additive inverse now. See the word inverse. Earlier we were having the word identity. Inverse means you should get, in case of addition, you should get the additive identity, and in case of multiplication, you should get the multiplicative identity. That is, suppose we multiply 2 by 3 multiplied by 3 by 2. These two numbers should give you 1, which is obviously true. When you are multiplying, these 3 and 3 will cancel and 2 and 2 will cancel. So ultimately you are going to get solution as 1. So multiplicative inverse, if you go by shortcut, it is just the reciprocal. So 2 by 3, the reciprocal is 3 by 2. So multiplicative inverse is 3 by 2. Next is distributive property over addition and subtraction. This also you can verify taking rational numbers. Here for addition, what we are going to do? What we do? We just multiply the outside number with the inside numbers. So P multiplied by Q plus P multiplied by R, which is going to give you PQ plus PR. Then here P multiplied by Q minus P multiplied by R, which is PQ minus PR. Distributivity is again true for both addition and subtraction. This you can check by taking examples. Next is the representation of natural numbers, whole numbers and integers on number line. This you have already done from your previous classes. It is very simple. Here what you have to learn is the rational numbers representation on the number line, which is very easy. Suppose you want to plot 3 by 3 or 2 by 3 on the number line. Then what you have to do? You are going to take the parts, as many parts as is the denominator. Suppose you are having denominator as 3. So if you check 2 by 3, it is lying in between 0 and 1, as it is 0.6. So as it is lying between 0 and 1, so what main you have to plot is this portion, and 1 can be written as 3 by 3. So that means from this denominator 3, you are going to get an idea that you will make 3 parts in between 0 and 1. This is first part, this is second part, and this is third part. Now look at the numerator. The second part is going to give you 2 by 3. So this is your 2 by 3. So easiest way is just take the decimal form, find out the numbers in between which the rational number is going to lie, and then you take the parts as per the denominator and you mark your rational number looking at the numerator. Next we have rational numbers in between two rational numbers. How to find rational numbers in between given two rational numbers? Suppose we have this question, find the rational numbers between 1 by 10 and 2 by 10. So we have two methods. The first method is equivalent fraction method. which states that suppose you want to find numbers in between 1 by 10 and 2 by 10. First thing is that you can find infinite number of rational numbers in between two rational numbers. How? Suppose you want to find 99 or 100 rational numbers, like this you are getting the question. Then how you are going to do? Just multiply this with the number. Suppose we want to take only 9 numbers or 10 numbers. Just multiply the numerator and denominator by 10. So this will become 10 by 100. And this will become 20 by 100. Now you can easily find out numbers lying in between these two numbers, which are 11 by 100, 12 by 100, and so on. Like this, it is very easy to find as many numbers as you want using the equivalent fractions. Always try to take a number which is involving zeros, like 10, 100, for multiplication with numerator and denominator. That is going to make your calculation easy. Next is the average method. As it is clearly stating you, the word average means you have to add two numbers and then you have to divide by 2. So 1 by 10 plus 2 by 10 is going to give you 3 by 10. Then dividing by 2 means you are going to change the sign to multiplication, and taking the reciprocal you will get 3 by 20.